Today's topic is Unit 2 States of Matter, 3rd Standard Science. Here is a video of the states and properties of matter.
Matter, solid, liquid, and gas. If you look around your classroom, you will see many things such as tables, chairs, bags, books, pencils, doors, boys, girls, teachers, fans, etc. around you. Even though we cannot see air, it is present all around us. All these things are called matter. Everything around you is matter. Anything that occupies space and has weight is matter. Matter is made up of many substances. Even the air around us is a mixture of many gases. Matter is made up of very tiny particles called molecules. Molecules are so small that we cannot see them with our eyes. States of matter. The three states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Solid. Touch a book, a pen, or a stone. All of them are hard. They are called solid objects. Solids are usually hard because their molecules are packed together very closely and tightly. A solid has a fixed volume and shape. Liquid. Another state of matter is liquid. You drink water, milk, and juice. All of them are liquids. You cannot hold them in your hand like solids. They do not have a fixed shape. They take the shape of the container in which they are kept. If you pour some water into a glass, it will take the shape of the glass. They can flow. In liquids, the molecules are loosely packed and have space between them. The molecules can move around a little freely. Liquids have a fixed volume. 1 liter of water will remain 1 liter whether you pour it in a tub or in a bucket. Gas. Have you seen steam coming out from the spout of a kettle? Steam is a gas. It has no fixed shape or volume. The air around you is also a gas. If you light an agarbatti in one corner of a room, the fragrance of the agarbatti spreads quickly all over the room because the molecules of gas are quite loosely packed. They can move freely and can flow easily. The molecules of a gas have much greater spaces between them. They are not closely packed together and they spread out in all directions. They occupy space. If you fill air into your bicycle tube, it occupies the space available inside the tube. Gas does not have a fixed shape or volume. Interchanging states of matter. Matter can change its state. Take out few ice, solid cubes from your fridge and put them in a pot. Leave the ice cubes for a few minutes. It converts into water, liquid. Now boil this water, liquid. After a few minutes, the water converts into steam, gas. Thus, a solid can be converted into a liquid and liquid into a gas. Similarly, a gas can also be converted into a liquid and a liquid can be converted into a solid. You have already learned that water vapor, gas, can be condensed to form a liquid, water, and on further cooling, it freezes to form a solid, ice. So, matter can be changed from one state to another by heating or cooling. Know this. The particles in a solid are packed tightly. The particles in a liquid can move around and slide past each other.
Okay, here are the properties and examples of solids, liquids and gases. So let's start with solids. So solids are things that have a definite shape and volume. They occupy space and the particles in solids are packed very tightly. So they cannot move freely. And the shape can be changed only when we break or cut them. For example, we have wooden box, apple, we have a book, rose, and pebbles. Moving on to liquids. Liquids are things that do not have a definite shape but occupy space. They do have definite volume and they will take the shape of the container in which they are filled. Now, for example, here we have milk, oil, and water, and liquids can flow freely because the matter in the liquid are loosely packed. And the last one is gases. So the matter in gases are very loosely packed, so they can move around freely in all the direction. So gases do not have a definite shape and do not occupy a definite space or volume. Most of the gases are colorless, but when they are mixed with solid particles, they show distinct colors. Okay, here we have some things wherein we need to say whether they are solids, liquids, or gas. Now, the first one is false, so it's water, so it is liquid. The second one is a chair, solid. Air-filled balloon, gas. Cake, solid. Milk, liquid. Then we have a brick, which is a solid. Cookie, solid. Fire, gas. Pencil, solid. Chocolate, solid. Rainwater, liquid. Then we have water, which is liquid. Juice, liquid. Jar with pebbles, solid. Ice cube, solid. Steam from soup in a bowl, gas. Here we have a video on change in states of matter.
Hello friends, welcome to a new happy learning video. You all know that matter is what things are made of and that it possesses two fundamental properties. It has mass, which is the quantity of matter that it has, and volume, which is the space it occupies. Well, today we're going to learn about the states that matter can be in. Matter can be in three states: solid form, liquid form, and gas form. Each one of these has its own characteristics. Let's get to know them. Solid state is characterized by having a fixed volume and size. Although, in some cases, we can change its size, like with plasticine or clay. In these cases, they are malleable solids. Liquid state is characterized by having a fixed volume and variable size. Liquids take the container's shape, like this glass or jug. Gas state is characterized by having a variable volume and size. In the same way that liquids take the shape of the container holding them, but gases always occupy the full volume of the container. Now we know about the three states of matter. But do you know how we can change from one state to another? Changes in state happen after cooling or heating matter, and there are different types. Melting, solidification, evaporation, and condensation. Melting happens when matter changes from its solid to liquid form and happens after rising temperature. When we heat an ice cube or leave it at room temperature, it melts and changes from solid to liquid. Solidification is the opposite from melting. Matter changes from liquid to solid form. It happens when we put water in the freezer and it turns into ice. It goes from liquid to solid. Evaporation is when matter changes from liquid to gas. After liquids are heated, for example, when we boil water, it turns into water vapor. It turns from liquid to gas. Condensation is a step from gas to liquid and happens when matter in gas state is cooled. Have you ever noticed that when we get steamy windows or mirrors, water droplets appear? It's produced when water vapor touches a cold surface. In that same moment, water vapor cools and turns into liquid. Easy, huh? Well, now we know the states of matter. Goodbye, friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Happy Learning TV.
Okay, let's talk about changes in states of matter. So what is changes in states of matter? Matter will change their state as the temperature changes. So solid will become liquid, liquid will become gas on heating, whereas gas will become liquid and liquid will become solid on cooling. So let's talk about melting. Change of solid into liquid on heating is called melting. Here we have ice cube as an example. So ice cube is in a solid state, but when we heat it, it will change into water, which is a liquid state. Then we have evaporation. Change of liquid into vapor on heating is called evaporation. For example, when we heat water, it will change into steam. The next one is freezing. Change of liquid into solid on cooling is known as freezing. So when we take water and pour it into the ice tray and place it in the freezer for some time, the water gets cooled and it becomes ice, which is in a solid state. The last one is condensation. So changes of gas into liquid on cooling is called condensation. So the example given is clouds. And when the clouds cool down, they fall as rain, which is in liquid form. Here we have state of matter, and when we add something to it, a new state is formed, and we have a process as well. So the first one is ice, which is a which is in the form of solid, and we add heat to it. The new state is liquid state, which is water, and the process is melting. Next we have water, and when we heat the water, we get a new state, which is steam, and the process is by boiling. The third one is clouds. When the clouds get cooled down, the new state of liquid forms. That means it changes into rain, and rain is liquid state, and the process is called condensation. The last one is liquid. When we cool it, it becomes solid. So when we cool water and freeze it, it becomes solid. It becomes a ice cube, and the process is freezing. So here are materials which are used for heating and materials which are not used for heating. So basically we are talking about fuels. Now paper, firewood, dried leaves and charcoal can be burnt, as well as liquids like kerosene, petrol, diesel also burn on heating. Domestic gas which we use for cooking, it also burns. Now substance when burnt give out heat, but in some substances the heat is released very low. Thus, these are not used for heating purpose, but the substance that gives out more heat while burning are used for heating purposes, and these substances are called as fuels. Now here we have solid fuels, gaseous fuels and liquid fuels. So solid fuels are coal, cow dung, charcoal and wood. Gaseous fuels are gobar gas and cooking gas, and the liquid fuels are petrol, kerosene and vegetable oil. Okay, here are some properties of matter, and we need to segregate them into solids, liquids and gases. The first one is fixed shape. So it goes into properties of solids. The second one is no fixed shape. It goes into properties of gases. Next one is fixed volume. It goes into properties of liquids. Then we have no fixed volume. It goes into properties of gases. Flow all side goes into properties of liquids. Rigid is properties of solids. Okay, let's talk about the following statement, whether they are true or false. Solids have definite volume. True. Liquids cannot flow. False. We can melt any substance by cooling it. False. Liquid can take the shape of the container. True. Gases have a definite shape or volume. False. Matter changes its states when heat is added or removed. True. A fuel is a substance which gives heat energy on burning. True. Next one is fill in the blanks. We already have answers we need to choose from. The measure of matter in an object is called mass. Change of liquid into vapor on heating is called evaporation. An example for liquid is water. The change of liquid into solid on cooling is known as freezing. An example for solid is stone. Okay, here we have matched the objects and their state of matter. So we have already matched it for you. So make sure your child learn the correct answer. Answer in a word or two. Which of these is solid? Wood or juice? Answer is wood. Which of these is hard? A sponge or a glass or a cloth? Glass. What are three states of matter? Solid, liquid, gas. Name three substances which can change to liquid when they are heated. Ice, metal, butter. In which state of matter the particles are very close to each other? Solid. What state of matter is rain? Liquid. Which among the state of matter has definite volume but no definite shape? Liquid. What would cause a liquid to turn into solid? Cooling it until it freezes. Find me liquid, water, wood. I am a five-letter word. I am essential need for your life. I remain in all the three states of matter. Who am I? Water. I am a solid. I am obtained from the trees. I am useful for heating. Who am I? Wood. I am one among the three states. I have loosely arranged particles. Who am I? Gas. I become vapor on heating. Who am I? Water. Describe the word in one sentence. Solid. Solids are things that have a definite shape and volume. Liquid. Liquids are things that do not have a definite shape but occupy space. Melting. Change of solid into liquid on heating. Evaporation. Change of liquid into vapor on heating. Freezing. Change of liquid into solid on cooling. Okay. Which change of state is taking place in each description below? Here are the examples given. We need to choose from them. A. An ice cube turning into water is melting. Water turning to ice in a freezer, freezing. Change of liquid into vapor on heating, evaporation. A bathroom mirror misting up is condensation.